Today, the family of the man killed, local leaders and community advocates spoke at a press conference, and now we're joined by Congressman Al Green. You were there this morning. Federal officials say this was a targeted enforcement operation, but what do you know about this operation?
Well, by way of further introduction, I'm also on Homeland Security, the Homeland Security Oversight Committee in Congress. Here's what I know. I know that a man has been shot. I know that we had two people who are American citizens who were shot and killed. And I know that there was an effort made with those two shootings to hand out information that was less than truthful. And because of this, I understand that we've got to move quickly to ask for an independent investigation to prevent a possible cover-up. ICE, unfortunately, has lost a lot of credibility. Remember, I'm on the Homeland Security Committee in Congress. We have oversight, and I get information. And I'm telling you, their credibility is in question, and we must move quickly.
So what do you think an independent investigation would be able to uncover?
Well, I hope it will find that there were body cameras. The public has a right to see what happened and hear what happened. And we demanded they wear body cameras when they were trying to get additional funding. But we also believe that the cover-up, if there is one, would be exposed if those body camera footages are released. So it has to be released to the public. And I would also want to make sure that any witnesses that were there, that they are interviewed and that their statements are made public. I understand now that witnesses who were there may have been placed in some sort of custody right now. I'm told that there were some other persons there, 3 of them, that may be in custody. Well, we want to make sure that they can tell their story. And we don't want anybody to be put in some isolated place so that they cannot be reached by lawyers and by the public so that we can get a better understanding. I want your station to be able to be there so that you can report what's happening. And I appreciate what you're doing now.
And you're asking for a congressional hearing.
I'm asking for the congressional hearing. I spoke to Benny Thompson, who is the ranking member, meaning he'll be chairperson if the Congress is now at some point in the hands of Democrats. And when that happens, he'll be chair. So I spoke to him this morning about this, and he and I agreed that we should ask for that body camera footage. And he is a person who will investigate this. I assure you there will be an investigation from the Homeland Security Committee in Congress.
What happens if you don't get the congressional hearing that you're asking for?
Well, I'm going to perform a limited amount of investigative effort myself. As a member of the committee, I'll go out into the community. I'm going to ask people to share information. If you have information, call my office, 713-383-9234. We'll be glad to take it, and we'll give it to the appropriate authorities at an appropriate time. But I want to have this investigation. I want Homeland Security to do what it's supposed to, and that's exercise its oversight jurisdiction. And if it does not, I want the Houston Police Department ought to be involved in this. If they can't be involved, if there's a federal judge that says to them they can't do it, I'll take that. But I don't know of any law that prevents the Houston Police Department from looking into this. More than one investigation will help us to have credibility with the findings and believe somehow that this was something that was legitimately taking place.
What would you say to Houstonians, to families out there that might be scared over the way ICE is conducting business?
I have been told this by many people. I talked to someone this morning who said as much. I want people to know that we are going to do all that we can to protect them from people who are committing illegal activities and from law enforcement that sometimes goes above and beyond what the law requires. We're going to do what we can to protect them. But I can say this, I understand the fear and the consternation that emanates in their minds and in their hearts now because of what has been happening. So I want you to know that we're working hard to prevent these things from happening. We don't want to ever see another person lose his or her life as what's happened in Minnesota. We don't want to see that ever again. We want to make sure that people have the opportunity to just walk freely. And I want to add this. At a time when we are in need of people to help shore up Social Security, we're putting young people out of the country who committed no crimes. These dreamers, these people have committed no crimes. We need these young people here working to help our Social Security system. I know you didn't expect to hear that, but Social Security is going to pay less in about 2033 than it's paying now, about 20% less. We need these young people to help us with Social Security. That's a selfish reason. But aside from that, they're good young people. And I don't know what they mean when they say that this is a targeted action, a targeted Does that mean that they're targeting him for some reason? A man who's been here more than 30 years, raised a family, seems to have fine young people that he's reared, and he's trying to get himself a work permit. Why would he be targeted? Why? You're supposed to be going after the worst of the worst. And now you target him, and he's lost his life. And that we must investigate.
I believe his son said this morning that no members of their family have any police records.
Well, I have heard this, and I'm going to be honest with you. I want to believe them. But I also want to believe that you don't target a person just because this person is here and undocumented. If the person has been here for more than 30 years, no record, if that's the case. I don't know that that's the case. But I do know this, that even if it is the case that he may have had some infraction, that you don't take his life without some justification. And I want to make sure that there was justification for the loss of life. And that's why, as a member of Homeland Security, the Homeland Security Committee in Congress, I'm asking for this oversight investigation.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us, Congressman Al Green.